I have another thrilling edition of Adventures in Radioland that I would like to present. This segment is entitled AM Dxing 2021. Well, it seems like each year I do a new segment on this subject, and apparently this year is no exception. I'll start this segment with a sad tale of woe. Now, it seems like for the past few months I've been working on increasing the diameter of my outside AM Dxing loop antenna, trying to get a more sample signal down to my old Heathkit RF preamp preselector. This Heathkit is a 50-year-old preamp that furnishes about 20 dB gain with frequency peaking, which then goes into my C-Crane receiver, which has been modified to bypass the double ferrite coil input, so the radio only sees the external AM input signal. I love this C-Crane receiver because it has frequency tuning on the front, not on the side, and also it tunes like analog with a big knob, but is actually tuning digital with a KC step preference. Well, long story short, as I am increasing the diameter and height of my outside loop, I am inadvertently coming closer and closer to my 40-meter dipole antenna, which I'm running a kilowatt of power on Friday afternoons like we are right now. Well, let me find page 2 here. This is a live radio, folks, so you just have to deal with it. I see I can already, okay, well, we're talking about moving that loop ever so closer to the 40-meter dipole running a kilowatt, and I can see already and smell the smoke. Yes, finally the Heathkit preamp says, "I don't feel well," and croaks on the spot. Well, disaster pushes me into the 21st century. I'm forced to replace the old Heathkit preamp preselector with a new Tuscan AN-48X active loop antenna. Now, the loop is just a length of insulated wire from one side of a band select module to the other side. You must make it the loop, so I cut down the size of a hula hoop, and I used it as my loop form. I guess then it became a hula hoop loop. Anyway, by now, as time progresses in my life, I've given up tower climbing, and I was really getting tired of climbing up on the roof working on my old loop. So I thought I will just give this new loop at ground level a try. I knew it would not be as good as outside up the tower, but so I mounted the loop on the back of my bedroom door, and lo and behold, it worked pretty good. I did have a little noise, but not that bad. And then later, as I opened the door, I noticed a big decrease in the noise level. I was nulling the residual noise, of course, and that is the advantage of a ground-level loop. Loops are known for their nulling powers of 10 to 15 dB, not necessarily for their forward gain powers. But, all right, now let's move to page 3 with any luck. But with it mounted on the door thing, I couldn't exactly reach the exact perfect null point. So I mounted the loop on a 7-foot piece of PVC pipe and put it in the corner. And then at high noon, when there was no AM skip coming in, I very precisely adjusted the loop null point. And it was then that it was every bit as good as my outside antenna up on the tower. And as far as operational, I turned the new external RF preamp up all the way, and now my C-Crane radio has an RF gain control also, but since being modified, I'm not sure how much of the preamp is left. However, the gain control works. So I make a critical radio RF gain control adjustment, and that is when the incoming AM skip signal fades out, I don't want a bunch of noise sucking up at 3 a.m. in the morning when I'm trying to sleep. So I cut the radio RF gain back to where when the incoming signal fades out, the audio level fades out also. This keeps everything very tranquil during the night. So that's my latest thrilling edition of Radioland having to do with AM Dxing. This is KC9VKV, the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.